You guys, I've been so busy. I am just now sitting down to play with my rock tumbler. I've literally had it for weeks and I have not started tumbling rocks yet. So, pretty big moment for me. We had a rock tumbler when I was a kid and it was like the coolest shit ever. You should have seen my sisters' faces when they opened up their rock tumblers for Christmas. It was a home run. He doesn't look so big when he's near my head. Do I have a big head? One of my family names is Grosskopf. That's the name of my ancestors. It literally means big head, which is funny because my sister is always saying how she has a very tiny head in proportion to her body. I won't show you pictures of her just now to make that critique, but perhaps if you see her in future videos, you could remember. Tumbler, tumbler, tumbler. Time to get a tumbling. Okay, so here's the basic setup. We have this portion, that's the base. And then this is the part that turns and tumbles. And this is the strainer for when I get to strain out the rocks from the grit. And here are the grit packets. So if you've never used a rock tumbler before, basically you put the rocks in the canister, you add some grit, which is like some coarse material, and it turns and turns and turns, and the coarse material like strips off or rounds or polishes or tumbles the rocks. It came with rocks. Like, obviously, the plan is you can tumble your own rocks, but it came with rocks. So I'm going to tumble these first. And I think that, there's a lot of like really small rocks in here that I think are probably just going to tumble themselves into non-existence. So I'm going to take out the really small ones and I'm just going to show you the bigger ones. I'm still going to put the smaller ones through the tumbler, but I pulled out the ones that I think will make it to the end. So these are the really big, pretty rocks. I know nothing about rocks, so don't let me give you the impression that I do. But so that one I'm pretty sure is like a Dalmatian stone. This one has like beautiful blue color in it, so I wonder what that will be. This one is shiny and pretty like a crystal. So that will probably be a very pretty one. Then this one is like this cool pale green. We've got black stones. We've got red stones. We have this stone, which looks like petrified wood. And I don't know what kind of stone that is. Like I said, we have 4 levels of grit. Coarse, medium, pre-polishing, and polishing grits. So we're going to start with level 1. So the first step is I put all the rocks in the thing and I'm going to add step 1. It turns out it's very pretty black shiny dust. Oh la la. Doesn't feel that coarse to me. Next, I'm supposed to fill it until the water comes just above the rocks. I've plugged in the base and I moved the set button up to 5 days. This first polish is supposed to take 3 to 5 days. What the hell? If we're gonna do it, let's do it right. 5 days. Sealed the barrel and let's start. Gorgeous, lovely, what an incredible noise. Definitely vibrating the lamp a little bit. It's kind of rocking the whole table. I might need to find a better place for this. Should I just live stream the tumbler? I made it much less obnoxious by putting it on top of a folded towel. My poor downstairs neighbors, they don't deserve this kind of vibration. Although actually, my guess is that they can't hear anything, because if you look through this crack in my floor, let's see if I can get it to focus. You can see that there's like 3 to 4 feet of space between the floor and is that their ceiling? Who even knows? There's some cool stuff down there. Wait, hang on. Focus again. Look, we've got a string. I think there's a penny down there. Look, a purple ball. Who knows what that is? There's probably some wheat down there, but I would have to tear up my own floorboards to get there and... Hi guys, I've been having a rough couple days and it's a long story, but basically I haven't smoked weed in like 4 months, or I don't really smoke weed, it's more like the THC drinks. And
Ever since before Christmas, I've been like really obsessing about them. Even on Christmas, I actually asked my mom if she had any weed gummies, and she only had a 20 milligram, which would be enough to actually put me in the mental asylum. So I was like, you know what, never mind. But you know, as soon as I asked her, it's felt like there's been like this inevitable uh, relapse coming with the marijuana. Like I've been kind of been fighting it for just like days, and you know, just every day it's a struggle. Like, am I going to do this or not? Am I going to go get it or not? And it's like I'll be, you know, for the past couple days in particular, it's like I'll be like getting ready to go to the store to get it, or I'll be like looking up stores to see who's open, or whatever. And it's been like there's been two people inside of me fighting for control, and like one person wants to be sober and one person wants to get high. And like I've done this, obviously I've done this before. I smoked weed every day for 14 years, but like I am a recovering addict, and the THC triggers my addiction. The way that I've been obsessing about it is an addiction response, and I know that, but I still did it. So I today I just finally I'm like, you know what? It's New Year's Eve weekend. I have today, tomorrow, and Monday off. Like whatever. I even it's so sad. Like I was talking about this on my blog last night, and people were like, "Reach out to your sisters, reach out to your sisters." So I sent my sisters this long message in the middle of the night, like, "Guys, I think I'm gonna relapse. Um, you know, could you guys just check in with me and see what see how I'm doing, and let me talk about it." And then this morning I just like woke up and neither of them had responded or even seen it, and I just like deleted the message. And yeah, so this afternoon I went to the liquor store and I got non-alcoholic beers and a couple THC drinks. And so basically what's going on with me is that like I feel like there's this big feeling inside of me and I don't know how to address it. Like I feel like I can't even look at it. And I don't know what it is exactly, but I've been having nightmares. I had some really graphic nightmares about being molested, and like nightmares about my family like killing me or abandoning me. And it's something, I think that I'm bothered about work. I'm like scared about all of these upcoming new therapies that I'm going to be starting. Like my life is changing, and I'm just not dealing. And my alarm's going off to take my meds. I should do that. Like I haven't been pooping right. There's something wrong with my GI tract. Like it's the holidays, and I don't know, just having like this general bad feeling. I ran out of coping skills, I think. And like I know it's not the best idea, but it's also not going to kill me. So I went out and I bought a THC drink, and I'm going to have just a little, just a tiny little bit. It's a 10 milligram soda. I'm going to have this much of it and see how I feel. And sometimes what has helped snap me out of like whatever kind of episode that I'm having is a little bit of novelty. And I guess that's my hope here, is that I just want to get a little stoned and silly and take care of myself and work on regulating myself. And I'm going to stop before the clock strikes midnight tomorrow. So that's my plan. I'm going to drink this and I'll just let you know. Oh, this is so stupid. Like, I could never do this with alcohol, I don't think. Like, I've never felt this way about alcohol, but I keep coming back to the THC. I mean, it is a treatment for PTSD. People do medical marijuana for PTSD. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I just know for me that with the THC, it triggers my addictive obsessiveness. I have a hard time stopping once I start. And oftentimes I have bad effects from it. Like I get anxious or scared. I feel like people hate me, or that I am deeply flawed, or like just like the parameters of our existence on this planet, with like being born and living in ignorance and then dying forever. It's like all of those things like can kind of like really torment me when I'm taking THC. But here we go again, I guess. And it's like, it's weird because it's like I'm not in crisis right now. I mean, maybe I am, I don't know, but like I'm not crying. I'm not unable to get out of bed. I'm not unable to care for myself. But it's like something else, And like I have maladaptive coping mechanisms, and this is just what has won right now. This one. So yeah, so let's try and do some good things now. Like, look around at my apartment. My life is not in shambles. I got maybe a couple dishes I should do, but like overall, like things are very nice. And I'm gonna go in here too. See, I got my hallway's pretty good. I got all my clothes in the closet. I haven't made my bed yet today. But like things are in order. Let's go into the bathroom. Things are in order. You know what's crazy is that I've had a selfie stick this whole time. And like, I just have not been using it in my videos, which is stupid. Like, look what a better shot this is. I'm gonna start with some stretching. Ugh. I'm on the floor ready to stretch, but like, I also want to say that I called my sisters and I told them what was happening. So I told them that I've been battling these feelings, and that I went out and I bought the drink, and that I was gonna drink it, and that I'm just having a hard time right now. And so they know. I've got some eyes on me, and I don't know, I'm just dealing with something right now. Or not dealing with it. I'm really glad that I have my new therapies set up, because I'm gonna do EMDR, and I'm also gonna do DBT skills. That's what I really need, is like DBT skills. For anybody who's like, oh wow, you're really making quite a big deal out of like 2.5 milligrams of THC that you've consumed. But you know what? Like, I also used to smoke crack. So I'm well aware of what drugs do, and I'm well aware of how they affect me and how they affect my mental state. So maybe I know what I'm talking about and you don't. Okay, here's some thoughts I had while stretching. 1, the year is changing, and much like when I am moving or some other big life event happens, I get weird around significant changes, I guess. I don't know, does that make sense? It's like the year is changing, and it's not gonna be 2023 anymore, it's gonna be 2024. And it's New Year's, I don't know. Could be part of why I'm feeling uneasy. But then I also had this thought that like I have not been exercising at all. I've been like not moving my body. I never get cardio, I never do any strength training. All I do basically is just go on shopping trips, like to the grocery store and thing, and I get some exercise that way, and then I clean my house. But that is all I do for physical activities during the week. Like besides that, I'll walk from my car to a place and then back to my car. And that's something that really needs to change. It's like I've got all this pent up frustration and stuff, and I think that one of the only DBT skills I actually have learned previously is how to like snap yourself out of something. And one of the things is like, I think it's like 15 minutes of intense physical exercise. And I bet if I had done that, I would feel a lot better now. I also thought about how I need to take my medicine. I need to take some medicine anyway, so I took my doctor prescribed dose of Xanax, and then I also took like a mega
antacid. Because I don't know, I binged a couple nights ago. Like, I have binge eating disorder, which I like never talk about because it's usually pretty in control, but I actually did have a binge eating episode the other night, and like my guts are just not right still. I think I'm like constipated, but I feel very full and like I've barely eaten today. Like, it's not pleasant. Um, I can feel the THC drink working a little. It's not a strong effect. It's like a very mild effect, but it is still like giving me just a little bit of anxiety. Um, and I also had the thought while I was stretching that I need to write in my journal about what I'm experiencing. I put journal on the chores list this week and I haven't done it once. So I think it would be a good idea if I made my bed and then sat on my bed and wrote in my journal. Well, I made my bed, but there's this really strange lump. I wonder what that could be. I keep trying to straighten out the blankets and it won't straighten. What's that? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. A stowaway. I was just thinking now how I got so mad at my cat this morning when I woke up. Like, he always like stands on me in the morning. He's a giant cat. He weighs 18 pounds. And I don't like having my belly stood on, especially when I'm like not feeling well in my belly area. And I just kept on like pushing him away and like, I mean, not like mean or anything, just like setting him on the ground. And then like I yelled at him a little. I was like, Binks, stay down, leave me alone, right? And then he, oh yeah, big person getting snappy with a cat, love that. And then like he climbed up on this thing right here on this ladder, and he like was messing with one of my bras and like pulled it so hard that the entire hanger fell on me. And then and like everything fell down and I got more angry at him and I put him on timeout in his cat carrier. And like he's not doing anything except being cool to me. Like, why do I get so angry at him? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm so dysregulated right now. He bothers me because he loves me so much. Like, if you watch my videos, you know this. He's like always on me. And like, I know that like yelling or spraying a cat with a squirt bottle, like those things don't modify cats' behavior. They just make them afraid of you. And so like I don't like punish him or anything like that. But I just also feel like he doesn't take me seriously when I'm like saying, I don't want to be stood on right now. I don't want you to sit on me. Or like I'm trying to unpack groceries. You don't have to inspect every single thing I have in my hand. And when I take you off the counter and I put you on the ground, don't just jump right back up and resume what you were doing. I want you to leave me alone. We need to go to couples therapy, Binks. Because I want this marriage to last long term, and I have anger issues. And you don't respect my boundaries. Seriously though, he is like the best pet I've ever had. And like when he sits on my, oh my god, see, this is what I'm saying. When he sits on my office chair on my lap and like cuddles me while I'm working, that's one of my favorite things in the entire world. You can't see it, but he's chewing on the phone right now. So I'm gonna put it even farther out so he can't get it. Like, I love him so much, but he is a rascal. And I can't handle it. That's right. I feel like the introduction of the selfie stick is kind of a chaotic move. Actually, instead of writing in my journal, I'm gonna do the dishes. It's like an hour later and I didn't write in my journal. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of intimidated by it. I will say that the Xanax is working. I'm much calmer. And you know what? I think I'm going to have more of that THC drink now and then get in the shower.
Like and subscribe, by the way. Where else are you getting this content?
Hey guys, I know you don't have to tell me. I know it's not good. I know. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm just feeling like making a video right now, and I'm feeling very friendly, and like I really want to get into the shower, so.
But it stays the course because it knows losers.
I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt. I just took a shower and I found out that I know every word to Eternal Flame by the Bangles. I like made an entire video the other day about agonizing about whether or not I was gonna go to get the THC drinks because I've been having feelings that I can't put into words, and they're big and things feel out of control for me. And when I was in therapy today, my therapist was pointing out how many things feel out of control for me right now. And she was like, I see what you want very clearly. You want peace and you want relaxation. I was like, thank you. Yes, that is what I want. And I don't have the tools in my toolbox right now to get that. And so that made me easy prey to big weed. Speaking of the weed industry, the THC drinks I got on today. Today I'm drinking Fulton Narc pineapple THC water. I've probably had about 9 milligrams. Maybe? I don't know. No, I've had like 6. And you know what's amazing about this? So Minnesota didn't legalize THC or didn't legalize marijuana until last year by accident. Like the Republicans didn't read a bill about, I don't know, they were like, it was a bill ostensibly? It was, I don't know. It was about Delta 8 gummies. I'm looking in the wrong part of the camera. It was about Delta 8s. But they didn't realize that they had slipped into the bill also Delta 9, which is just straight up marijuana. And so they accidentally legalized it. And there's not like, there's no dispensaries yet. Like there's no like actual weed for sale, but you can get, excuse me, you can get weed drinks and weed gummies. And since it's so new, people have been price gouging like a motherfucker. And like a 4-pack of Kite Soda, which is like one of my favorite THC drinks, is like $35. $35 for a total of 40 milligrams of THC. But this brand, Fulton, same amount, 10 milligrams a drink, $17. I talked to the guy at the liquor store. He said the prices are going to be coming down. It's not exactly a specialty item anymore.
You guys know I love doing me some chores, but when I'm on THC, when I look around and I see mess, it's like, it like actually hits me emotionally. It's like, that's you telling yourself that you don't care about yourself. So I'm going to show myself a lot of care right now and make everything in my apartment beautiful.
I got this lavender oil because I guess roaches don't like lavender. But actually, the last time the exterminator came, I haven't seen one since. I think he finally got him. I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. Should not have said that. I put some new pictures on my fridge. That's my grandfather. He was a rocket scientist at NASA. And that's him and my grandma when they were young. Pretty sure my grandmother is literally a teenager in this photo. They're only like 5 years apart. Okay, it's not like that, but... And then... Wait, did that say a year? Jim and Sandy. No. This is me and my bestie Michael and their friend James. And this is Numi from a popular show here. Here's a picture of me with my grandparents and my mom. I'm pretty sure we're on a cruise. Look at how young I am. Oh my goodness. I think I'm 19 or 20 here. I was so young. I don't feel like I look old until I see a picture of me like that. Damn. And oh, this is my grandma and grandpa again. Aren't they fucking adorable? I miss them so much. And then, like, this is my family when I was a kid. I'm the tall child. That's my dad and my mom and my sisters. And then, wait, there's one more. There's one more I wanted to show you. Where is it? Oh, it's this down here. Here I am. I think this is the same day as the other picture. And this is my grandpa holding me right in the back right there. Right there. And my grandma, my dad, and my mom, and my aunts and uncles. And I just saw it and I was like, that's our gang. Wouldn't it be nice if I could just do this? Like, have THC drinks in my apartment and just like have one a night. Wouldn't that, it would be so nice. But I know that's not what happens. Like, I'm fine now. I have not gone overboard. I am feeling good. I'm feeling groovy. Blah, 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 blah. But addiction is a problem with moderation. And I can start off pretty slow, but pretty soon I'll be getting high at work. Or, you know, getting too high and not being able to go out somewhere when I've said I was supposed to be there. And, or I'll have like a panic attack or something. I mean, something is gonna go wrong here. I'm gonna become more obsessed. I'm gonna develop a tolerance. Instead of having one of those drinks, I'm gonna have 3 of them. And then it'll be so high. And then I'll throw the rest of them away and say, I'm done. But then I'm going back to the store to get it. Like, my therapist is so sick of me because I know this is exactly what happens. And I told her, obviously. But anyway, back to loving myself. Love is an empty dish rack. All your cups. Love is pouring out the rest of the Diet Pepsi because you don't need that. It's 9 p.m. already. Love is taking a Xanax because maybe you are a little too high.
Oh, yeah, welcome to New Year. Nothing 2021, 22, 23, 24. Happy New Year. 2024, 21st message from angels, letting you know that you're not alone. Balance, harmonious with self groups. You can reach your highest potential and handsome. Happy New Year, 2024. I love bitches and I love you. Yeah, Happy New Year. Ha ha.